Blessed the viewers, the subscribers. It's Links 007 TV. Walk and talk in the morning. So what I want to talk about this morning is a situation I saw which depicts a church practicing cult in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Behind us is the scene of it's Pathways International Church, where we had an incident last night. A member of this church who had been injured, apparently when she chose to disobey some instructions given to her by the leaders of this organization, reported to the police that she had been injured, and other information that led us to believe that the persons here were at risk. We're aware that 144 congregants had been told to come here. On responding to that report from the person who was injured and coming here, the first teams of police that arrived were shot at, and so they waited on reinforcements to come. We were very concerned that some form of ritualized killing was going to take place here, and so we did an entry last night. We found that there were a couple of people who had been injured by other members of the church. We secured the premises, held the people. I think there were about some 14 children, was it? 14 children there. And we have 31 women now. So we see that as a rescue of these children based on what we saw when we came in. There are cult-like behaviors and cult-like a setup that we have seen here. Now, obviously, further investigations is going to reveal everything. We have a number of people that we're taking statements from, and we have had the scene of the crime people come and process the scene, and we will be updating as we go along. We have three people are dead. How many do we have in hospital? Right, and 3 persons hospitalized. Following every lead in this investigation, as I say, early days yet. There was a police woman here, and we are processing that as well. We have the CPFSA there and the other services, child services and so on, to determine what should happen with those children and perhaps some of the other vulnerable people in the group. So this has been an effort of many, not just the police, but clearly, you know, the courts are responding, the CPFSA, child services, all of the other entities are responding. But I am concerned about anything like this. Hopefully it's not the start of a wave of it. I don't see any sign of that. But of course it's a cause of concern. They have been on the radar, but not necessarily specifically about what happened yesterday. But we got, as soon as it came to our attention, we responded based on what we saw. And I think it was very good, and it's really kudos to Senior Superintendent Ellis and his team, that they took it seriously and moved in the way they did to get this matter resolved. Otherwise, we could have perhaps had more persons killed. Police don't allow or disallow people from carrying out religious activities unless it becomes a crime. We have very little or no real authority to stop anybody from carrying out a religious practice till they start to break the law.
Have individuals who can, in fact, influence people. And those are the ones who, when they are brought to attention, security will have to monitor. Because, as indicated by the commissioner, the police did not intervene last night, and in a sense it was an act of good fortune when the lady who was injured came to the police, and the police rescued the scene. We could have had far more serious incidents. The whole question of the right to assemble together and to practice religion is raised, and it's something we'll have to look at. But from my understanding of the current legislation and the Constitution, it was difficult to do anything to stop the events happening. We have a very strong strong constitution dealing with the rights of individuals. Aspects of it should allow you to place more responsibility on individual being held accountable, but we don't have, I think we have not used that or interpreted that aspect of the constitution very often in the judiciary, what they call the lateral responsibility of individuals. We may have to look at what legislation exists and may be necessary.
Particularly for the parents as well.
Well, just what general individual responsibility, because as I said, especially as it relates to children and the accountability of parents.
Now the police heard about the situation, I'm told, and they went to the location, and somehow someone that was at the church fired on the police returned the fire, and a number of individuals were actually hurt at the church. And it is stated that even a sacrifice was actually going on during the operation carried out by the police. But this is no strange thing. We know that these things are going on, but it's so shocking to see that it's happening in our backyard, and people are practicing some real evil stuff in our country. And this pastor right now, who is at the center of this, is actually seen with a number of political officials on numerous occasions. So we're not sure what is really going on. It's just a sad situation that happened here, and these people that lost their life, I don't know if they were caught in the crossfire or these were just actually people that were a part of the church congregation. But all I can say is that even police officers have been implicated in the whole entire saga as well. So it's really alarming to see what is going on here in this current situation. But I try my very best to update you with more information once it becomes available to me. But it's very sad to see what transpired here, and to know that this is actually a church and things such as these are happening inside a church. You really have to wonder what's happening to our country, what's happening in the world. But I'm not surprised by this, because we have seen how bishops and deacons, they are caught in so much controversy and things that are not right on numerous occasions. And this is just one of another in a series of things that we have been seeing happening right across the country, which involve different ministers or different officials within the church carrying out certain activities that is not right in the sight of man and is not right in the sight of the Lord as well. But with this, a number of people lost their life, and it's still unclear the circumstances surrounding how these people would have lost their life. But I can tell you that it's one of those situations that we've looked on numerous occasions, and we tell you that the world we're living in right now, it's so serious and it's so unpredictable. But we just have to just continue to just maintain that focus and be strong, and just continue to push on that positive part of life, because certain things are happening in the world right now. It leaves you to wonder, where is the future, and what is the future of our young people? Where are they going to be in a few years' time? Because we see even our young people as well, how they have turned to a life of crime, and they believe that the fast way is the only way out of getting certain situations. But it's one of those stations that we have looked into on numerous occasions, as I said before, and it's still an alarming problem that we are faced with. Crime and violence escalating out of control, and people are just resorting to criminal activities as the way out of their situation. And that is not a good thing, because we've seen how it is damaging our country, we're seeing how it's damaging our people, and we're seeing how it is damaging the tourism product of our country, and that is not a good thing. But all I can say is that I hope that the authorities just try their best to curtail the problem that we're having in our country, because if our authorities don't act with a swift manner, I believe that the police need to act and face crime the same way they face the situation which involved that missing girl. That's the sort of mandate, or that's the sort of agility that the police need in order to tackle crime. You need the police to tackle crime with that force and that determination that they did with that missing girl as well. So we have to just continue to just hope for the best, and just know that Whatever life brings us, we just have to accept it. But guess what? There's much that can be done in order to curtail the problem that we're having in our country. And we as citizens of the country just need to just come together and just focus on what is right and try our very best to school people and scaffold them in that right direction in order to facilitate their development, and in order to just let them travel on that positive path. Because as you see, the youths of today, they are so easily led. They are led by their friends, and they are led by just the moral breakdown in our society, and they just want that swift and fast cash. So they will resort to any means possible in order to execute that thing, and just in order for money. So people are turning to anything now for money. They're doing crime for money. They're doing so much illicit activities just for money. And I've seen a number of images surfacing online as well in relation to this so-called cult church in Montego Bay. And I'm not sure if these images are pertaining to the pastor's house. However, people are stating that the house belongs to the pastor, and I've seen images of him at the property, so I'm not sure as well. But we will have to wise up in a time like this. We can't be fooled in this current era that we're living in. We have seen how our people have fallen down due to them not following proper protocols and not listening to others. We really know to start take a proactive approach and just try our very best in order to tread on that positive path, because we have seen how this has caused so much problem in our country, and we can't continue like this as a country. We can't continue as this as a progressive set of people who want to see the best for our country. We have to take a stand for something, unless we're gonna fall for anything, and we've seen that taking place just so far. But it's an unfortunate situation that happened in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and a very sad one to even report on as well, in which these individuals would have lost their life because they might just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and might be just be engaged in situations that they should not have been engaged in. And what makes the situation more compounding is that police officers, they were actually at the scene, and it's reported that the police officers that got the call and arrived at that location, they were actually fired on by another member of a security officer that was actually inside the church when the police tried to shut it down. So you see the moral breakdown in our society. Even the people that are set out there to protect us, they themselves are engaging in acts that are not right. But I'm going to leave this here for now though. Thanks for watching. This has been Links 007 TV. Just drop it in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this story. This is just an early morning walk and talk. As always, you know how we do our thing on this platform. So much love and much respect goes out to you, the viewers, for always continuing to support the movement of Links 007 TV. So have a blessed and productive day from the Links TV family. Peace out and bless. And if it's the first time you're watching, do the golden rule. Subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, and click on all so you're always updated with our latest report. Alright? Bless.